Welcome to the Chicago Cash Flow Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay.
And we have seats here in the front. Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah, we don't bite. Make yourself at home. Thanks for coming in. This is the Chicago Cash Flow Breakfast Club. If you haven't been here, if you have, good to see you guys again. We do this on the third Saturday of the month. Same time, same place, right here in Fulcrum Lawyer's office. Hey, Monica, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So hopefully today you're able to meet some people, learn a little bit more about real estate investing, make some good connections that we're about. So we're gonna get started. Jonathan, you want to talk about our lovely sponsors?
Yep, this is our first sponsor that we had into Kenya. That's my dad. He's started a nonprofit for into Kenya. Sells coffee over there. So he's got some little donation things. So if anyone's feeling extra generous, we appreciate it. Our coffee is brewed with into Kenya coffee. So shout out to them.
Thanks to Princess for brewing it.
And then, here's the rest of our sponsors. This is the first year we have other sponsors. Has anyone worked with any of these folks by chance? Yes.
Who have you worked with?
Renovo. Loan Depot. Marcus, what'd you say? Fulcrum Lawyers. Perfect. Anyone else? ARC. Okay, ARC. Yeah, I'm gonna switch this out next time. GC folks. GC Realty. Yes, thank you. Daniel Zambrano from the group just reached out to me, and he's gonna start working with Sam Rose with Rose Insurance Group, Eric Workman with Renovo, Emran Khan with Fulcrum Attorneys now, and then Josh Jones with Loan Depot, and Mark Ainley with GC Realty, and lastly, Aaron Zimmerman with Brickhouse CPAs. All these people I personally worked with, and would stand behind them. So if you do need a resource, feel free to reach out to any three of us, and we can connect you with any of the sponsors at any point.
Sweet. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yura Facio. I am a real estate agent and investor. Got started in 2019, 2017. I forgot. I'm licensed here in Illinois and also licensed in Indiana, and I invest in both states as well.
That's me. Good morning, Jake Leisure. Living in Chicago from Elgin originally, Northwest Burbs, but real estate investor and real estate agent as well. I help anybody that's looking for purchase, sell, renting, or an investment of any type. So give me a shout if you're interested.
And that's me. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Jonathan Clem. I'm primarily in the renovation space. Welcome, Marianne. Thank you for closing the door. I did a lot of things the wrong way. Now pretty much focused on just helping other people with their renovations. That's just more a little about who I am, because I always try to stay focused. That's just not about what I do, but who I am that makes it important. So.
All right. Well, we have a Facebook group. Hopefully the QR code works for you, but it's where you can meet and interact with members outside of this space. So we're working on different deals. If you have questions about different strategies, hopefully you can get in here and talk to some folks. QR code works. If it doesn't, let us know. And then we always kind of have some of these same slides if you've been here before, but there's a lot of different networking events out there. Ours hopefully is a bit more prescribed. We want people to share their experiences so other people can learn from it, and then also just make good connections, right? If you're looking for a specific partner or someone to help you on a deal, hopefully that person is in this room, or maybe they know somebody that could be in this room the next time or that you can meet. So it's not just sort of a regular networking event. Also, we are not attorneys. We are not accountants or lawyers or anything like that. So don't sue us. But this space is just to share knowledge and strategies, not to give any sort of financial advice or anything like that. We know a bunch of good people in the space, like we had on our sponsor sheet. So if you need anyone in that area, let us know. But that's our disclaimer. And then here's a picture from one of our previous events. Hopefully there's a few familiar faces, I think, in this room around there. We always like to do a picture at the end. If you don't want to be in the picture, that's okay. But we'll try to take a big group shot at the end.
Member spotlight? I know, we don't.
No member spotlight. So we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
We do a member spotlight. If you've been here before with us, you've seen it. we just ask someone in the room if they want to get up and kind of share their story around a different investment strategy. Typically, you know, if you're interested in something like this, let us know afterward. We'll talk to you, but usually like 5 or 7 minutes, you create some slides on what you did, how you did it. People ask you a lot of questions. There's some people in the room that have probably done it already, I can see. And we appreciate your participation in that. But if you've been successful in your real estate investing journey and you want to share what you did and how you got there, we would love to have you talk for a few minutes and show other members what you did.
Or more importantly, if you haven't been successful and you have some things that didn't work well, we'll happily take those and share those as well. Yeah, the next section, yeah, we always like to go around the room, which is a little unique. Figure out if you had any goals for 2026, and then if you have something that you might want to get completed before the next Cash Flow Breakfast Club, which is next month on the same time, same place, third Saturday of every month. I'll start us off because I always do. My name's Jonathan, and it's also embarrassing starting off because my goal was to flip three properties this year. I'm still on number one. So yeah, I just got the plan. I just got the plans finished and going to submit them to the city. I audibled on the actual scope of work significantly and ended up yeah, definitely 180ing on what the plan was. But too often I would always very quickly make decisions and then I wouldn't create the highest and best use for the property. And so I decided on this time I'm going to take my time, not rush, and I'm optimistic it's going to be the most profitable deal yet, even with the long delay. Yeah.
What's the most profitable?
So the key is we're only doing 30-second member intros. So if we want to go into my detail more we can. But before the next meeting, I want to get my plan submitted and hopefully approved by the Village of Lions. What about you, Judith?
Okay, yeah. So I'm also working on a rehab that I thought would take 3 months, and it's still a work in progress. Converting this property into 2 units, and I thought it would take 3 months, and we're on the 5th month. But I'm finishing the first unit hopefully by next week, and I'm gonna work on the second unit. Yeah, so we'll see where things go.
Right. So where is that at? It's at here or in Indiana?
No, this one is actually here in Chicago, the southeast side.
Oh, it's at the South Shore High Park area.
East side.
Okay.
Hmm?
East side.
Scott, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so my name's Scott. I retired from my W-2 last year, and yeah.
Breaking free.
And moved to Chicago. I had some properties in a couple places on the East Coast. Over the past 18 months, I've been in the process of getting rid of those properties to free up the capital to do stuff here in Chicago. And so my objective for 2026 was to finalize that. And the final property that I have is under contract. I said this last month because it's been a long contract period. We're supposed to close on the 9th of July. So hopefully, once that's done, all my properties elsewhere are gone. I've got money to do stuff here in Chicago. And so the objective by the next is to have that be realized. And if I come in here crying and spitting, it's because
No, nothing's gonna happen.
We're hopeful for you, Scott.
Yeah.
Hopeful for you. Marcus.
Name's Marcus Williams, recent update 2026. Nothing really personal on my personal side. I'm a development manager, so I'm 80% complete with my project, so happy to finally get that off my plate and not have to worry about the headaches of that anymore. One objective to complete prior to the next one, still looking for a house hack, so just kind of looking around. Trying to find an off-market deal because everybody's overpricing their retail stuff right now, so trying to find a deal that actually comes about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, recent updates. We sold 2 of my flips, so finally.
All right.
Delays. And now we're looking for the next project, so
Where were your flips at?
in Evanston. So we have 2 flips in Evanston, purchased them. Actually, we closed both of them. Made that.
Single family homes?
One was a townhouse, one was a condominium.
Ooh, nice.
Bought the townhouse in December, took 3 months. And then a lot of delays, but it is what it is, kind of done in May. Condominium, we bought that in March, and then probably took like 3 weeks of reno, literally. And then just, we listed on the market, both of them got sold, contingent 10 days. Or
Nice, that's good.
So now we're looking for the next project, so that's the hard part, like Marcus said, everyone's like rehab costs, when you factor those in, a lot of people are kind of like over, like values aren't making sense right now, so it's like. Just waiting, I'm trying to find the right deal, trying to find the right deal to make sure I don't get screwed over, but.
Are those your first two flips or you've done?
I have I used to do a lot of rentals and I still have rental properties, so what we did was I do a lot of rentals and any rental I buy or renovate regardless. That way I can get the, mostly the most out of rented amount of it, but now I'm like switched over to the flip side. Rentals are fun, but being a landlord can be a headache, so, as you may know that. So flips are fun, has its own stress, but it's fun, but yeah.
Congratulations, thank you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sahel, yeah, so I'm renovating my fifth property, so, hopefully in 2-3 months I'm done with that and, objective for the year, yeah, I want to get one more, hopefully I can acquire one more. And, yeah,
Where do you have your current flip at?
in this area,
Oh, nice, awesome.
in West Ham. It's a 4-unit, 2 in the country.
Yeah, bagels.
Yeah, that's it,
There you go, Marcus. Got a 4-unit coming up in West Town.
On your turn.
sorry. Am I done?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah.
Everyone, it's my name is Sebastian. I've been here a few times already the last few years. I have a few rentals in Chicago, multi-fams, 3-4 units. I'm able to just buy and do a bit of renovation and then hold for long term. I've done long-term and short-term rentals. Overall objective is to just find another good deal somewhere in the city. Actually, I had an offer in the last week and inspection report came back. There's a bunch of structural things which I wasn't happy with, so I'm not gonna go ahead with that one. So got pretty close, but I'm gonna try it. I keep trying. Set goals basically to keep expanding my portfolio. I still have my W-2, so my aim is to be like Scott and hopefully get to a point where not retired. I'm not about retiring and doing nothing. I just don't want to be working for a company the rest of my life. So
Absolutely, 100%.
that's the only thing. Yeah, that's good.
Thanks.
Well, hi there, I'm Titan. I just acquired a floor plan in Bridgeport last year. I got rehab one of them, but I'm looking to got rehab the other 3 while I'm doing that slowly. So my objective for this year is to find a good contractor who can, help me get the rest of the 3. And yeah, I still got my W-2 job as well, but I'm trying to get to a point where I do need to say yes to a boss anymore.
I'm Rick Sui, I'm again aspiring W2 retiring, so I still have W2 and I 1099. I'm a fractional CFO controller. I've never been an intentional investor before. This is my first time here, and all the rentals I've had were either houses that we bought to live in, or we moved to another city and we made them into a rental, that sort of a thing. But I'm hoping to start investing soon, so I thought, what better place than here to come and learn from experienced investors.
Yeah.
One of you guys back there?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Brad.
You're standing out.
Years, years ago, I realized I never want to build anything ever again. My goal for 2026 was to figure out what I'm gonna do when I grow up. I had the good fortune to have a friend call me up. He was having trouble with a big renovation that was going sideways. Just asking for my advice, and I realized that I still love the process. I can manage the GCs, the architects, the designers, the whole team. So now I offer renovation consulting services. So if you're for sure a first timer, I will help you avoid all the mistakes that could cause delays or be very costly. My goal is to get you set up and running, and hopefully you never have to call me again. But if you have questions on invoices or change orders, I'll be there to help out.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and I'm just I just came to US a week ago, and
Amazing.
I came to studying business, and my goal to 2026 to get a customers, because I just came to US and I have AI agency, I have AI automations. And I want to get customers to automate process in companies in business.
Yeah.
How long
Wow.
have you been doing AI consulting?
2 years, but previously worked in Estonia, in Europe, and I just came to US to just learn something.
Nice, that's super
Wow.
cool. Thank you.
Looks like we're neighbors. I'm from Lithuania originally. So
Wow.
big W2 company brought me here. I retired 2015 from them, very happy, like. Yeah. It's still sad that, you still have. Then did a couple of flips and then went into rental business. And when you end up in the court looking for the order of protection, where you deal with 911 because there is a diseased body in your apartments, I should now start doing something else. So 2 days ago, I got the real estate brokerage exam. So new broker, lots of experience, but I got the consultant guy I just met 2 minutes ago, like, probably I want a consultancy because there's so much unknown and I need to learn AI because my son says, Mom, you have to go there, otherwise I really like it. So that's why I'm here.
You're on the perfect team.
You want to?
Go there.
We got one more.
2 more.
Cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Kush, and so I started, our consultant from like about 2 years ago, and we really work with small business owners, like in the contracting space, and really as their business grows, we help them kind of navigate the growth challenges. I have a lot of background in building new businesses, so from there, all the things that we learned. So now our goal is to help them kind of avoid, a lot of the headaches that Brad was saying, specifically in the renovation space. But our job is to do that on the business side. So anything on the business development side, kind of the operation side, and the financial management side. So I'm here today really just to learn about, one of the things we also do is kind of find new growth opportunities for our clients. So I'm just here to kind of learn more about, what the investor club kind of is and see if this would be a good resource for some of our clients. So
What do most of your clients look like?
They're relatively young business owners, typically like less than like 5 years, owning their business, and they're contractors. So anywhere from like HVAC, electrical, general contracting. So that's a majority of it. My background is actually originally in like healthcare as well, but we have a lot of family members that are in the contracting space. So other kind of division is more on professional services. Those are our other clients like healthcare, IT, law. So those are some of our other.
Cool, that's really cool. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kevin. My W2 is in tech and AI, so this will be interesting today. I bought my first property last year, and now I'm just saving up for my next property.
What do you want? So you remind us all, you bought a condo.
Yes.
He was actually one of our members of the member spotlight recently. So you bought a condo in
Edgewater Pond, yeah.
So what do you want to get for like your next property?
If the person above me moves out, it's a 4-unit building, then I would see if I can
Buy them out?
purchase their property, yeah.
Nice, very cool.
Over here.
Okay, I'm Mary Ann, and I live in Edgewater, so we're neighbors. I do primarily flipping. I do have some rentals. I tend to like, I used to do short-term rentals before Airbnb, believe it or not. Save the house in the big crash of 2009, that's how I discovered that. Now I do mostly midterm. I do have some long-term. Midterm's nicer because I can get rid of the tenants. I love flipping. I finished a big house in Batavia and it sold just, I guess 2 months ago or something like that. I'm working on a 2-flat in Edgewater. We're almost done with the first floor. We have to be done because I have a renter coming in on July 1st. So I have a basement there. I've been talking with Jonathan because when I first started doing it, it's a long story. It was a fraudulent title claim. Maybe one of these days I should tell you that story.
Yeah.
Member spotlight.
Story.
Could be our member spotlight.
Screwed a lot of stuff up, but I'm almost over that. But now I can actually make the basement into an ADU because when I did it at first, I was gonna move like down into the basement. Now I finished the first floor and we're gonna finish the basement. We started on it.
Yeah.
Big holes and pipes and windows and, so it's partially done. I'm actually on my way to Florida, sometime about the 1st or 2nd, because I have a flip there. I look at, real estate as a way to travel as well. So I started in California, I've had Florida things and Chicago, I'm from Chicago originally, I've sort of returned. So I'm doing that. I have another one that's probably gonna start on the east end of Chicago soon. I'm actually looking possibly for a financial partner. So if anybody's sort of got some extra cash, not a lot, maybe 20 that they want to, like, for extra amount of time, you know, talk to me. I can tell you about what I'm looking for and what I might need. But I just keep going. I'm like kind of the Energizer bunny, you know, I love doing this.
Awesome, we love it. Thank you so much.
Alright. So for me, I'm nothing compared to you guys, man. It's been, I'm actually looked you guys up to I was looking for a speaker place. I kind of ended up at a real estate place. Now I'm actually turning to an agent by the end of the month, so
Nice.
I'm hoping to learn from the errors you guys made, and of course get as much knowledge from you guys. That's part one, and part two will be learn from everything that's to come from you guys. Yeah, basically just a new agent. Yeah.
Awesome. What was your name?
My name's Elixir, by the way.
Elixir.
Awesome.
Gotta start somewhere, right?
All right.
Awesome.
And yeah, and of course, I would like to dive into investing, so that'll be cool.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
You're up.
I'm William Wright, so I'm a certified public accountant, and I can help people save a lot of money on taxes. If you have highly appreciated property, I assume most people know about 1031, but there's alternatives. If you run out of 45 days to find a new property as a last resort, or maybe it might actually turn out to be really good, is you can instead of paying tax, you can go with a Delaware statutory trust and not pay the tax. So it's your choice, pay the tax or take a chance on a good trust. And I do consulting, so there's a lot of Delaware statutory trusts. Some are good, some are bad. There's a company that specializes in it. I know who they are. I help people and all sorts of things. I'm mentoring a young fella now who's going to college, and I'm steering him toward becoming a investment advisor representative, because I think it would fit. He's in accounting, so I do all sorts of consulting. If you want to talk, I won't charge you, and then when I start to charge you, I'll let you know ahead of time. So no unpleasant surprises with me. And I'm building a very big list of referrals, so that when I'm doing consulting, I go, oh, Chicago, we got a guy or we got a gal. So I'm putting together a really nice list of possible associates. And if somebody brings me some business for 6 months, I'll give them 10% finder's fee for the first 6 months of billing. So, and want to talk later, I've got some cards, so thanks very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'll take one here. I still, no updates for you guys. I'm still very new to this and still the same objective from last month, finding my first,
All right.
Thank you for coming.
my
Yeah.
Of course, this 30-second member intro don't apply to me, so so brace yourself. But anyway, I'm MJ Lawrence, and I must say, whenever I come, I've missed a couple of months because I'll tell you about my side hustle in a little bit. But every time I come, I'm so amazed at all the knowledge and resources that we have in this room. If you just reach out and network and connect with one another. That's always been one of my pet peeves with Jonathan, and them pretty much know. But I am a local realtor. Since I was here last, my recent update, I finally got my cousin. We sold their house in California, and we getting ready to close on their house in Beverly. So they relocated from there to here, which was very nice. Both of the sales was pretty good. And I'm also working on a couple of, what did I say, estate sales. So we got a couple of investors, that of course we're working on with the investors regarding that. So basically, I'm a local realtor here in Chicago, and that's why I asked you where was her, purchase, because I'm in the South Shore area. I'm working with the Chamber of Commerce as well as the Alderman's office, and with the Obama Center there, with the museum there, with the golf courses there. That land, that area around there has been pretty much desirable now. So we're trying to figure out how to work some of the pre-foreclosure properties that we have and how to get the most bang for the residents around there. So it's a process that I'm doing with the real estate as far as that goes. My flip side, as Jonathan know, I'm also an event planner and coordinator, which I'm contracted out with some companies to help when the large companies come. Large scale companies, I help staff their registration and make sure that their guests and their VIPs are handled accordingly and correctly. Also, I do events myself. Again, Jonathan, I just love him so much. He's just such a good personality. He's good with his construction. He's good with the knowledge of real estate because he's been in the business for a while. But we did an event, my event was in April. I guess everybody thought it was going to be boring, which it was not. Jonathan, bless his heart, he brought it. I mean, I think it was a pretty good event.
A great event, yeah.
In October, now that you all know how the setup and stuff goes. But then again, with real estate, with one of my lenders, we do fun stuff. Because if you work hard, you should be able to play a little bit. And one thing I really want to say to all of you all that's down in your W-2s, your 9 to 5s, that's what's helping you get the real estate that you're purchasing. If you've managed to get that money where you want it, fine. If not, keep on working, keep on trucking. It will get there. You got a room full of resources. I can help anywhere I can, depending on where you want to go. If not, we can refer you to wherever you want to go. But with all you all in here, we're doing this Realtor and Friends Day. I've posted it, but a lot of people, they don't take time to read it. But this is going to be a really good event. This is another good event that we're doing. And this is taking place on Tuesday, July 28th. There's 2 ticket prices. You could get the ticket prices with the patio party, or you could get just the ticket price for the seats. I've done it 3 times before. Always fun, always good connection, always good food. And they want to shout out realtors on that day. So my source said, well, it's not a lot of seats, it's only 25. So I'm gonna leave this up here. Please scan it. Please purchase your tickets. You only got a few days to do it. Otherwise I have to go with what I have, but we won't get the perks for that. And I would love for them to shout out Chicago Realtors and Friends there at the White Sox party. That would be absolutely fun. Here it is. Thank you. Now stop all y'all going out the door. Make sure you get your back.
I'll go next. Happy middle of the year. It's July almost now.
Made it.
Can't believe it, but anyway, I go by Blango. That's my last name. Do a multitude of things, probably too many. I still have a W-2. I'm on the hairy getting the fuck out of it. I was in Kuwait when they started doing some disaster things about bombing and things like that. So it's a little bit of a conflict of myself. So I do want to get back into real estate. Got properties in DC. I've worked as general contractor. I worked with Pulte Homes. I've done too many things. So I just want to find my footing here. My goal is still to build the museum. My goal is still to buy a 4-flat if I can do it. Hopefully build the same 4-flat on top of a marketing space where I can do the museum at the bottom. Preferably by the Obama Center. But I'm looking for resources to help me fill out those gaps to figure out how to do that. So, but apparently I need to keep a W-2 in order to be marketable. So we'll see. I don't know. Happy to connect with anyone on there.
Thank you. Hopefully soon to be clients. He's taken me through so much these past 2 years. I need therapy. We're gonna figure it out at some point. Also, I know. And also my birthday, I know y'all don't care, but my birthday is July 1st. Yay! I didn't even born, and as I was telling Jonathan, if you're in the area or if you put it on your calendar, I will be at Rolling Ball on Webster Street. That's a fun place. Come by, have some eats and drinks with me, bring the kids so they can have some fun, and we go from there. Oh, thank you again.
Julio, you just came in, so
All right.
I'm gonna pick on you.
Hello guys, my name's Julio. I'm 50 flipper. I ran on the south side and south suburbs, branching out to the west suburbs. Playing page sort of area. Pretty short and sweet.
All right.
All right.
Greetings, well met. My name is Jonathan, and if that's some point of confusion, one secret you can make is that I've been growing this facial hair since 27th of May 2014. It's really sad. And I don't have much to speak on, as of yet, because I'm still I'm young and green when it comes to the world of real estate. We come here each month to continue desire to embrace and expand upon the millennials who work with knowledge and resources here. So I'm thinking for this opportunity and experience. Yeah, eventually I want to utilize the knowledge, experience, resource that come from here for on a position of a financial liberty and maybe the landlord or how that will come about. And for as far as potential acquisition and resources and utilities that I may provide to help that endeavor, have been one here or there on project. You could call me Big Bro because it's seeing needs, feeling needs. So I could be used or I'm going as a resource as far as even anything as far as let's say HVAC for example, or any project that need help with as far as roofing and sliding or anything of that nature. I do know people that are very competent, reliable, and so just first to me, whatever that may be, and I can help you come to a resolution in the matter. Because one thing I hate is problems, and I'll work like a beaver to down them up.
All right.
Originally, my plan was to turn my parents' house into a midterm rental. That didn't work out, but I'm still working on it. I said I wouldn't, but I said.
So by the look on your face, it can go well.
It's only been months. I joined company, all this, we just been bringing it back to something because it was completely destroyed over the years by the other occupants that were there. Anyway, so I'm that's gonna happen, but slowly, because it's a difficult situation with seniors, senior people. Anyway, the good news is, my main focus was financing. Still haven't gotten it, but I did inherit an IRA from my dad's passing, and I divorced, I got another IRA. So I'm putting them into a self-directed IRA so I can use that money to fund my real estate field. So at this point, I am looking to use that money for other people's deals because I'm tired. I'm also on the political circuit locally since about the time I started here, and it's just really taken over. Mostly with urban planning here in Chicago, especially this area, the first that's and 27 wards. And other, full market area all around here. So I am looking to invest that money into some passive income things and things like short term other people's projects, short term, because I'm just too tired to do other things right now. I got too much going on. But I am still gonna call on you, Jonathan, for that renovation.
All right.
When we're ready. This is like it'll be the third time and the last time I tell you because I know, but that's where I'm at. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Danielle, and I'm actually just getting started. I just enrolled in a real estate investing course that lasts 6 weeks. After the 6 weeks, I would like to have a good foundation to start my journey. So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Maurice. I own a 2-flat in South Chicago. I don't do all fancy stuff like y'all do, but I finally found a tenant.
Hi.
Yes. Nobody wants to move in the winter, and apparently the spring, so let's just have change turnover. Yeah, so. So I just want to put it out there, and on the record that last week we got to choose and come up with ideas for the topic, and I chose today's topic.
And I think we have one more.
Brittany.
Brittany. Speak good.
My name is Brittany. I'm a local Chicagoland realtor, and I think I don't have any updates on my objective at the moment, but hopefully by the next meeting I should.
All right. We're going to keep going. Is everyone okay? We just keep going? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit
okay.
of housekeeping too.
Yeah.
If you guys need to, bathrooms are through that door back there. Feel free. We've got some content we're gonna go over, but thank you for getting out, introducing yourself. It's not easy. We want everyone in this room to get to know each other and make connections. So thanks for your participation.
Can I add one little thing?
Go ahead, Mary.
I forgot to tell you, I also have a kitchen and bath store. I was buying cabinets from this company before I bought the company because they're good quality and they're discounted. So they're, if you're a contractor or a flipper, let me know. I'll give you the number to help you out with your kitchen design. Big design.
Local shop.
Yeah, it's in Roscoe Village. It's basically 1902 Belmont. So right, one door from the corner of Walcott and Belmont. I'm getting somebody to help hold the fort down daily because I tend to go out on appointments. I found that if some different places just give you their floor plans and all the stuff that comes off the computer. But I found that if I go to a location, I can usually come up with a better design. Just from seeing it, so that's what I think we offer is that kind of personal care.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, yeah. Our topic is AI. Thank you very much for those of you who suggested it. Yeah. And yeah, I think the first thing to note is none of us or the two of us or three of us, if she's still up here, are AI experts by any means. We'll probably have to lean on Daniel and Kevin quite a bit. But I think the thing we like to do is break things down super simply and then slowly add on if we're all engaging in that type of content. So just from like a quick show of hands, like who's using AI on a daily basis? Has anyone not used some type of AI?
It's okay.
Yeah. Has anyone, yeah. Does anyone want to define AI? Well, I mean, that's definitely what the acronym stands for, artificial intelligence. But how would you define what it is? Or, yeah, oh, I actually skipped my slide. What AI is coming up next? But this is a quick slide on what's happening with it. And so, yeah, it says, yeah, pretty much everyone's using it. And basically a way to save time. And I think we pretty much nailed it right here. I think I came up with this definition myself, but it's basically automating some type of technology, anything that makes something easier. That's what I've actually heard before of like technology is something. Yes, sir.
Don't relinquish control. So there's different versions, different, let's say tiers even. It's a large language model. This predicts what the next input should be. It uses a bunch of different algorithms. I can't remember the names right now, but they use them differently in order to establish what actually it is you're looking for. So if you train the AI, you have an AI agent.
which is like a general AI use. Or you can have something that just reads your text and tries to make more sense out of it, like a long contract or something like that.
So what's a large language model, LLM?
LLM is basically just it's something anyone can build it, but it just takes a lot of data and it aggregates it into a searchable form and a means of points that can connect from interesting, like a 0 to 1. If something is or isn't something, it's going to give it reference value, but then it connects it into a larger data source. All types of data. It's only as good as how much data you put in. So garbage in, garbage out. But it can, like if you look at Claude, for instance, right? Claude is much different than like a Google. Google has access to a bunch of information, but it doesn't mean that it's always accurate. It just gives you what everyone else can. Claude is more they can put information into it that tells it what's actually going to do with the information, that it makes inferences and things like that. So there's all levels of information. But when you talk about general agent, you can actually train something to do a function for you, make your job and your task easier. Assuming you already know what the output is supposed to look like. But if you just rely on it completely, it may steer you into a dark way.
Any other definitions?
No, I was gonna say there's generative AI, which is you just type in something and it pulls from different information sources and tries to find what your intent is, what you're asking, it breaks it down, like he had said. Then there's agentic AI. I work in agentic AI, and that's what takes action. So Claude's a good agentic AI tool because you can connect it to different products you're using. Let's say it's Bureau, which is to manage software or to manage a construction project, and it can update things for you, or it can wait for something to happen and then it'll take action on your behalf. So there's generative AI, which is just putting together the information, and then there's also AI agents that can take action. And so in my field, let's say I work with a telco business and the customer wants to reschedule their appointment. There could be an AI agent sitting between systems of the company and the customer, and it can reschedule the appointment automatically going into the systems of that telco company, like an AT&T. So I feel like a lot of people today will use for generative AI. When you search on Google, that's Gemini, and it'll just pull together information based on what it thinks you're asking, and then it'll send information back. So there's also AI that can take action.
So generative AI might be like asking ChatGPT a question and it provides you a quick response.
Exactly.
Whereas agentic AI is having some agent actually doing something for you, completing some task for you.
Yeah. Further, yeah, that's like a version of agentic AI. Sure. Blowing up nowadays because they can automate tasks for you. So things that you used to have to go to a call center, things where a technician used to have to go to someone's home or do something, they can resolve that through the use of someone who can solve it on their own. An automated process by a computer.
Yeah, so we got a couple other use cases up here for AI, a little bit more simplistic, but yeah, automating tasks, creating content, social media stuff, anything like that. Someone said they found us using AI. Who was it? Oh yeah. She said ChatGPT. She found Cash Flow Breakfast Club. So yeah, just amazing. I guess like the next question we have on here is just like why it matters in real estate.
Saves you time.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing, right? I think like
What is the main thing? Real estate?
saving time, right? Productivity. I think like most people, or not most people, but I think there's a lot of people who are intimidated by AI, right? Or technology. And I think the way I kind of think about it is like there's been technology and AI that's happened like throughout the life cycle of all of us in our history, right? Like before, like manufacturing was a very intimidating technology. And before or after manufacturing, then there was the internet. And after the internet, now there's become AI that just searches through the internet and gives you the answer. And so I think like the thing, my perspective is, it's like, you know, eventually if you're not adopting the new technology, you are going to fall behind because things are just moving quicker and quicker and quicker. And so I think, you know, you can still be a productive agent or productive CPA, but in the end, if you don't start adapting some type of technology and you're trying to build a business or grow, you're eventually going to slowly fall behind for the people who are using it.
Yeah, I'll say real briefly. I know it's a lot to AI, and I'm really thinking about doing the AI certification that being offered. But it seems to take on your personality, I guess, the personality or character, like how you respond or how you want to respond to certain questions or formats. And to me, it takes a lot of, because I'll answer a question or I'll try to provide a scenario for one of my clients or something, and it's so wordy, and I'm trying to go back and forward and take the words out of it, and I'm like, let me just copy and paste this and send it to Claude or Jeffy or somebody, and it just makes it so professional. It's so, the formula is very simple and easy to read, and the more I do it, it just seems to like, okay, MJ, it's almost like you're talking to another person, but you're not. But it amazes me how it does take on, once it see how you're doing stuff, it sort of pulls your characteristic personality out of it.
Yeah, and I think that's the point of this slide too, right? Is like what you put in determines what comes out. And so I think like with a lot of the different AIs, there's a lot of different instructions and rules that you can provide it. What I slowly found over time was like AI just started telling me what I wanted to hear. And so, I mean, yeah, it's very serious, right? Like, I'm like, oh, what do you think about connecting these systems together? It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Do this and this and this. And so what I started to do is prompt AI is like, actually, I want you to play devil's advocate with me and challenge all of my thoughts and push back on them, right? Because if you're not letting it know that you want to be challenged, it's going to just give you what you want to hear over and over again. Did you have something, Bill?
I've been working with a gentleman who has great ambitions, and we sat through a 12-hour session one weekend, and he was doing a private placement memorandum from scratch. He did it within a couple hours, and he step by step he was using AI. He would put in the rents, the costs, all the components, and then the AI would ask him some more questions to complete the private. I need this, I need that to complete the private memorandum, and it had all the proper legalese in it, and it was ready to go. And all they had to do was add a few pictures, and it was ready to put it out there to investors. So I was so impressed with, and he used some offbeat AI that I don't even know what it is. Next time our conference call, I don't want to ask him what that is. But he paid my guy like $5 for it, and he's using it for all sorts of real estate projects, and just guides you right through it. And you say, I want, this is the final product I want, and it will ask you what it needs to know to generate that, and it will save you a ton of attorney. That would normally, before AI, that would have taken several weeks and probably $50,000 in attorney.
Yeah, the amount of time and money you can save is just ridiculous. I mean, if there's any task you're doing, you should just be asking AI, how can I help use AI to automate this task? You know, it's just like so.
Do that in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, put time parameters on it. But we started using it on our team, so we adopted it pretty heavily at Quality Builders, where we meet like once a week and go through it. We kind of found this like framework that has started to work well, called STAR. Maybe has a second to read through it, but it basically like just asking it a simple prompt is like the very elementary way of doing it. But when you can ask it, give it a situation, tell them the task you want, tell it the audience, and then ask for the output that you're looking for, like your answers continue to just get like better and better and better, and then the more you're able to instruct it with the feedback you're looking for, direct feedback for me, direct, concise, challenging is some of the words that we put in our instructions, the better outputs we're getting. And then, it's very tricky because it starts learning and learning more things, and you have to kind of be tricky. At least for me, I start going down these crazy rabbit holes with the AI. I'm like, hold on, I was doing this task, but now I'm starting something else. And so, but this is a good framework that we're using, is just like putting some type of framework around the questions we're asking. Any other suggestions on framework or stuff like this?
I use Claude work. If it comes with tokens, we get X number of dollars. It's easy to run through quickly if you're not very specific. It'll go on and have parallel agents running in the background trying to pull in all this information, especially if you're using a higher powered model. So I don't know what you're using, which AI tool.
Yeah, we're using Claude, so like.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have a limit on how much you're able to spend, but for us, it's tokens, so it keeps running on more and more money. And if you're not very specific with your prompts, then it'll easily rack up a lot more dollars onto your monthly costs.
So that's for AI tokens, but they're not using the chatting.
Oh, they're just using Gen AI.
Yeah, we're using both. Yeah, I just got it on the Claude console myself, so figuring it out. So. Both, but the second to your later answer is like, that's what we're trying to get into is more of the action taking now, so.
Yeah, that's what we're going to a different system, go to any system that you want, you can go through on your computer, automate it, go to each tab, do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm huge on Claude too. I mean, Princess thinks I'm cheating on her with Claude, to be honest, late at night. But yeah, I mean, because once you get it, you can download it to your desktop, and then what's on your desktop, they have two features called Claude Cowork and Claude Code. And so, yeah, I mean, if you have a vision of something you want to build, website related with code, it's just absolutely amazing. Like,
Have you built anything with code or?
We built display pages, not full websites, we built different pages that will show specific metrics that pull in from different systems, or there's things we don't like to do, like front work, we have one system that needs to synchronize, we just have Claude run scheduled tasks and it'll pull it automatically, and it'll save time here and there.
Right.
How do you get it to link to other systems?
yes. So, maybe I can.
Yeah, that is the whole work. If you're talking about general automation.
I don't know if I can connect.
And that's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it could log in. So he got me into Claude. That was just using ChatGPT, and I just asked it a bunch of questions, and I even had it create like a dashboard for me.
Yeah.
So it like logs in to like my accounts, and then it gives me a summary, and it does it every day at 8 a.m. So every time I log into my computer, I see Claude and my accounts, and it updates my dashboard for me.
Yeah.
So
Gmail account?
no, like I have like different like financial accounts, for example. So it'll log in and
QuickBooks or
books, or whatever you use, and it'll just like update
yes.
and give you a summary. I did it for my properties, so
So-
I can log in and give me like a balance and how much I've spent. And I mean, I just started, but it's like it's a beast. It's like insane what it could do. It's like. But I had a question: does anyone else use other systems aside from like ChatGPT and Claude? I know there's like Perplexity now and other.
Every AI agent in a way, I would say, like Chat, Gemini, Claude, what else is there almost? Like a couple more.
Gemini, DeepSeek.
He used OpenClaw, and he runs his agent, like he downloaded the free model, which does not use any tokens. So he downloaded model on his computer, DeepSeek, and then he used that to log into his Match.com account, and he found a ton of dates.
Match.com.
So, on computer, you get to the computer, like you download it. My person be doing that when it came out. Like, I'm sure we all have really messy computers, for example, and we have a bunch of files. So what I had the simplest thing I did was connect it to my computer. I'm like, delete all the trash I have in my downloads file and delete it. Oh, it's just like the simplest thing. Just maybe like, and that's where I started. And then later on, I was like, holy shit, like, this could do more stuff. So then I created my website. I created investor decks out of it. It's just like, I'm probably using the bare basis of it, but like to a degree not where like eventually you can make your own programming code up. And it's a very like strong tool. Perplexity, like it's more, you can use multiple, like I guess like models.
Yeah.
At one point early, several months ago, I ran a meetup on AI because I was studying and doing it. But it's changed so much now. Everything I knew 2 or 3 months ago is obsolete. So I use Grok for real estate. I love it. It just cranks out incredible things. I did a make believe probably $1 billion development in Texas with all kinds of Ainley started out with a phase 1 was an amusement type thing, soccer field, golf course, and it had a minimum of these. And then the second phase was selling off $1 million lots, and it was like I don't know, quite a few acres. The guy wanted 44 million, and I was attempting to put that together, which is not going to happen. It did not happen because it was vacant land, 44 million. I did all this research, and Brock helped me a lot. I was concerned about floodplains. I was concerned about mineral rights, because you can't build if somebody else owns mineral rights, even though you have beautiful land. can't do a darn thing with it because the mineral will stop you in Texas. That's the way the law's written. So Brock told me all this stuff, and I just thought I did an incredible job. And, I was going to go billionaire someday. I got a project for him, but it was more or less self-education, and I guess I was amusing myself, just seeing if I could put together a really, really huge development here. And it worked out great. And then I would add like a couple, items, like I would add, a small, ranch or, a child, ranch section of the property, and then I would add another one, and then I would, I would ask Brock, what did that do to the overall value of that project? And it would say, oh, this probably added another 5% value, because it drew more people, and I was thinking, and then I said, well, what if I put in a seniors living area there? And he goes, and we make it with playgrounds for family and kids. They travel there, visit the grandparents. I said, what would that do? He says, oh, that's like it added 10% value to the entire project just by adding that. So Brock was and I use other AI besides that. I use a couple more, but I think Brock was the best.
Yeah,
All
it sounds like we have a few consistencies from around the room. There's multiple different types of AI to use. There's multiple different providers, and the folks in the room that have adopted it, I'm hearing some consistent productivity, time, insights, knowledge, and decision making. So it feels like there's a lot of consistent pros to adopting it and leaning into it.
Did you have something?
Yeah, don't you own an AI consulting? You know this.
Yeah, the expert.
Just easily information. Everybody has what about to. I usually use those Gemini patterns. For example, if I want to watch a video that is 20 minutes, I can just send this to transcript the text, then send this to Gemini, and the video that is 40 minutes, I can read this in 2 minutes. Just the text. It's like usually when you want to search information, you can just send this to transcription or any sense, and then to Grok and or like Gemini or Perplexity, and this transcripts this all the time to small text, and you can just save your time.
What do you have?
So one of our clients, it's a law firm, and we had connected them to a software developer, and they kind of essentially, from my understanding, is like created like a second brain for their company. So it's kind of like closed loop. Like I guess Gemini or like Cloud maybe like pulls everything maybe from the internet, but now this is just all the company files. So now like if they have any of the front desk staff, if they have any questions, like instead of like asking somebody within the company, like they can just ask the model itself, and it'll give it like accurate information based on their standard like policy that's in place. And then even it's a law firm, so they added all the past trials that were like relevant to the current trials that they were doing, and they're like, hey, how was this case maybe, show me like a similar case, like how was the handle like years ago, or what was the verdict, and like where does jury kind of go in that way. So then it can kind of pull from your specific database whatever you kind of taught it essentially. So that was really cool, because now you have essentially like this AI second brain for your own company. So that I wonder if that's going to be something that's growing more, where everybody maybe has their own kind of second brain for their company.
Yeah, go ahead.
Question is this. Developer opportunity, you have to understand where we are today on that developer. How many people actually use it as a resource, and who is actually utilizing it as an advantage against you? They're using your data whether you want it or not, but you have access to your own data to help do the things that you want to get done. But you relinquish some privacy, you do relinquish, depending on complexity.
Good call, yeah.
Build something that you're going to sell to someone else, it's not exactly yours, because it's gathering other people's data, so you always have to, there's all types of just servers. The best thing to do is to do something, just to get started, try to figure out how you can plug it into your day-to-day, or how your business flows. Always a function of it. It's almost impractical we're not gonna be able to not use it. The way things are.
Yeah. Just like manufacturing, right? Like some way everyone manufactures, right? And,
I would say like from the generative side for newer investors or newer agents that are in the room, it provides a lot of information quickly on parts of the process that maybe you're not so familiar with, especially in Chicago, different nuances of, is this ordinance passed? Does this property sit in that ordinance? Like what's the tax code on this property? What would be the ARV if we do this to this property? A lot of times I'm asking questions like that, and it's giving me some pretty good info. Like it doesn't pull directly from MLS. So sometimes it'll just estimate like what a property might be in a certain area. But then I can ask, well, would this property sell for the highest price in what time of the year? And then specifically what month? And then I can really break it down. So for newer agents, there's a lot of productivity from the agentic side, but also from the generative side, it just gives you a lot of good details. I was working with a client that was trying to figure out if they could make a basement into a livable space. And then what would that livable space look like? What do we have to do to qualify it as a livable space? And then down to the details of what has to be in the kitchen in order for it to be considered a kitchen and what has to be plugged in or not. And of course, you always want to research that with other sources, but it will give you a really good point and direction to, advise your clients on.
Yeah, so I'm also a software developer, so I've automated a few cases. So one was for a friend's company in India. He had a cashew nut manufacturing plant, so we trained the algorithm to basically find what's A quality, B quality, and C quality cashew nuts. So this type of thing was automated, and I've done automation for myself. Like I like to listen to podcasts, but I'm a very poor listener, so and I don't have that much time. And podcasts run into hours, so I've automated that. I take the link and basically it sends me a summary, a detailed summary, so I can view it in 5 minutes versus listening it for 1 hour. So yeah, things like that. So if anyone wants to reach out for automation,
Thanks, Leo.
all right, we got one more. All right, Bill, what do you got now?
AI extremely beneficial in studying. I was studying for
Oh, yeah.
Series 65 exam, and I passed it. And but all of a sudden there would be terms I wasn't clear about it. I would put in AI, and it would just tell me everything I wanted to know. Yes, I didn't have to go to the index and go to a different page and read all this stuff. It's like AI did it in 10 minutes.
Make me a study guide.
Oh, yeah.
Flashcards.
So if you're a student studying, I highly recommend
Yeah, that's a good
using
call.
that as a study aid. It's absolute time saver.
Hey, but for those of you folks who upload regulation to AI, how do you make sure that what AI is spitting out is actually like the correct? Because sometimes at work, I upload like legal documents, I upload like the terms and conditions for financial instruments, and then AI just gave me entire garbage. It didn't summarize it. So
Great topic.
Yeah,
Great
that's
topic.
And part of that depends on which AI platform you're using. When I was doing the AI meetup, we had 3 or 4 people there, and one guy was a crypto, he wrote code for crypto and companies and stuff like that. And they were, and another guy was writing code for a startup, and they were preparing notes. And the one guy said, I had chat write some code for me for my internet page, a special page. And then because I went and I had Grok do it, and he goes, Grok was about 80 to 85% accurate. The code actually ran. He goes, but the chat was like 60% the code would run. So the point was that one AI may be great in one area, and another AI may be better in a separate area. So if you're not happy, if you're getting all kinds of false stuff,
Sorry, that's good. If you have one more thing to.
Two different.
I use cheaper models for basic stuff like you want to send messages and all. Use the deep seek support, and if you want high quality stuff like coding and all, use cloud code.
Cool.
Yeah, let's keep going.
That's a great conversation. We got some more topics to put out there.
Oh yeah, so this was just kind of an example on like prompting, right? Someone could ask something like this. I want to analyze a 4-unit building. Okay. And this would just be like the traditional prompt you're submitting in. This is not the good one. But then if you want to use like the STAR framework, like we just talked about, you might put something more like this. And I think one of the things we didn't touch on, I don't think I have it in here too, is just making sure you're giving that AI an identity of of the way you want it to think, right? So it might be you are a Chicago real estate investor who has specific knowledge of Westtown and has a financial background, or something like that, where you're giving it some type of identity and a framework to think from, and that's going to produce a much better answer than if you just type something in. But yeah, so that's just an example of like how you can prompt it to give you a better result. Does that make sense? Yeah.
One improvement is put the actual address in it, and it's incredible. I've done this a few times. I've got my own spreadsheets that analyze the financials, but in terms of the actual property, put in the address and then always give it a bit of some framework instead of asking an open-ended question. In terms of here's the type of renters I want to, try to attract. Tell me about the neighborhood, critical accessibility, any interesting developments nearby. And it's incredible. It will pull in all this information and give you a pretty good assessment on that specific property. So that may be one suggestion I'd add, just to actually put in the address.
Yeah, and if you have your own spreadsheet that you're doing your calculations on, I'd say throw that spreadsheet into Claude and ask it, hey, do you have any suggestions on how to make this spreadsheet better? Is there any weaknesses in this spreadsheet? You can literally attach any type of file into these AIs and ask it for answers. So I think we talked about most of these. Any other AIs that anyone's using that we didn't talk about? Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Zapier. There's some like cool legal ones I've heard of recently. Oh. Yeah. Oh, you said Gronk, right? Yeah. Grok.
This reading now against other ones, some the analysts, but they say that the Grok 5, it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And when SpaceX starts getting these chips up there, nobody knows, but I think Grok is going to just like smoke everything. Eventually, not right now.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty soon.
What do you think, Kevin?
No, I mean, right now, yeah, I guess just kind of use case like you guys have laid out. So I use Claude for specific things, I use ChatGPT for specific things. So yeah, just depends on use case, but I can see that. I mean, SpaceX went public, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Well, there also customer support calls, and use also voice agents there. And then labs ones, just here's your audio, and after this analyze, you can kind of like perplexity, but analyze your discussion and give you more information. Or for example, if you want to research information about the company or about the property, you can connect a voice agent, and after this use these tools.
Yeah, there's like tools now. I forgot what it was called, but it's like a device that attaches to you, and it just hears everything you say, and then it like.
This is like voice agents.
Voice agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also too, yeah, the thing I like doing too is instead of typing, like just click the audio button and just tell it exactly what you're thinking, right? It literally, you just saved another 30 seconds of your time. And then if you're doing that over and over and over again, like now you're saving hours of time of just not typing anymore, yeah.
The other thing is this Tesla full service drive, they're integrating Grok with that, so you can just talk to it and just say, hey, find me a good parking space next to whatever, drop me off and go park, and it will do that. So it's like your personal taxi service, or it's like having a chauffeur, because it's like drop me off and you go park, and then I'll let you know, I'll be at the front door, come unpark, pick me up, and it's like you got a chauffeur. It's just and it's all integrated with AI and AI databases that goes on, and it's collecting more and more data all the time. Every place it goes, it sees things. It sees butterflies, birds. It's going to be able to tell you where the flora and the fauna is located in a certain location at a certain time, and it's going to be the questions that you've been answered. This is not here totally now, but this partially here. That's why I think Grok is going to rule particularly with the SpaceX. It might take another year for this to go.
All right, yeah, we just have a couple of use cases here for different real estate stuff. So I think we kind of covered a lot of this. I mean, there's some really good ones too on like tenant inquiries, lease drafting, just like anything you can think of, like any task you think you should be doing, or if you don't even know what you should be doing, you should just ask it what I should be doing. Or I want to buy a flip in this area. What is the process to buy a flip? It's going to lay out the process, and then you can go into each step in that process and ask it to analyze that process and what you should do next. Make sense? And anyone could type this in AI and say, what are some great use cases for property managers? And it's going to give you even better answers than what we have up here. Yeah, lenders, marketing, operations. If any, we use like AI for our meetings. So it summarizes all of our meetings instantly. Like we talked about earlier, connectors. Now we use HubSpot. It connects into our HubSpot. It connects into our QuickBooks. Now all of a sudden it's built some very cool dashboards. If we have time, I'll pull up my computer and kind of show you some of the stuff that we've done that I think is pretty cool and unique. And then we got our 30-day launch pad. So yeah, our encouragement is just to get everyone in the room who isn't using it on an everyday basis to be diving deeper and saving more time so that we can do more deals together. And so this is just kind of like a framework on how you might be able to start, a couple of different ways to start, setting up some chat bots, saving time. I think that's all we really have. I'm happy to show some other examples, but if anyone else has any topics.
I'll upload a spreadsheet. I've done this before. Maybe I'll copy that for the area that you're analyzing. And then you say, analyze this spreadsheet. Within 30 seconds, it can spit out a whole PowerPoint presentation of everything that it knows about that information. And it may save you 30 minutes.
Yeah, anything where you already have data, just uploading it as an attachment. It's just, and the way I did it too is like, so we use Builder Trend as our like project management software doing renovations. I've just never liked it, hated it. I mean, it's okay, but I just knew I had a vision of exactly what we wanted, and so I started building our own project management software. And I'm by no means close to a coder. I've just been around it enough to kind of know my way around. But when I would go into it, I'd be like, okay, I'll literally take a snippet of what it tells me to do. Say, hey, this is where I'm at. What's my next step? Put in the snippet, tells me what to do. I go to the next thing, take a picture, tells me what to do. Like, it's just like I'm literally took something that would have taken like a year to build, and I did it in a week and a half or 2 weeks. And it's not operational yet, but like it's close enough where it's just like amazing how fast it can go if you have a vision for a website or any type of platform, and I wouldn't say you should go out and start building your own platform. Like there's tons of stuff that's already out there, but then you can take what's out there, connect them together to build yourself some dashboards and give you like some really good quality analytics.
Take this site, go to this website, bring all that in, recreate it, but take it and completely make an entire website out of it.
Right, because yeah, with the Claude Chrome connection, it can literally, you can tell it to go to www.qualitybuilders.com, look at their website, and make me a website that's called, marcus'sconstruction.com. And it'll copy my entire website and give him all of my information and lay it out in a beautiful way, just like our website is.
Or even 2026.
Anything else? Yeah, I'm happy to pull up more use cases if people are interested in that. But yeah, we can finally finish on a somewhat earlier time, get our picture, and that's it.
Yeah, so we appreciate everyone coming. We'll kind of end for general networking July 18th. That is our next one. We'd love to see you all here. Be at the same time, 9:45, right in this space. And if anyone's interested, we always like to take a group shot, so we're gonna take it up here.
But more importantly, before we dismiss, my birthday, that's the only thing here. That's important, and that's July 1st. So make a note of that, but we will be a Rolling Hub. Also, don't forget to scan the QR code for the game. I'm not letting y'all out until you do. But it's always a fun thing. It's always fun.
Good.
Wait, did you go to Miami, Ohio? Yeah. Oh, nice. I think you told me that already. 'Cause, yeah, one of my best friends went there. Uh, 2010, he would have graduated. Played baseball. Got it set up. He wants you in it. No, because you're the only one who didn't say that.
You got a card?
Oh, yeah? You invited me to your, Brad, oh, yeah, I saw so many people, yeah. Well, what I'm doing. People go wrong, well, no. And they say some good advice. Don't use this contractor. If you do, don't give them a big down payment. You know, all this stuff. Make sure communication is good. Yeah. Well, I'm a fan of what it costs.
I think I'm good here.
Everybody got clothes in.
Yeah, you gotta scoot in.
They got clothes in. There's no way possible. One person, we get over it.
All right.
Yeah, you can sit down. All right. Where are you going?
Let's go.
It should be in the.
Okay, cool. It's gonna go on. Let's go.
I'll say, oh, you. Folks, come on, you.
Okay, perfect.
MJ, I should have had it right there. MJ, guys.
Just take care of me. I'll clean up. Somebody.